flood situation. Speaking on Nigerian 4FM's Morning Crossfire program today, Mr. Johnson highlighted the critical need for medical attention due to the flood's impact. He assured that residents in the internally displaced persons IDP camps would have access to food and essential supplies.
And we're putting in more medical people because if you see the situation, you'll agree that it requires a lot of medical attention because of the effects of what the flood is coming with quite a lot of rubbish, from the sea. We got across to the front of the Orashi River itself, and we could see the torrent, how heavy. And then we also have pre and post plans. There are things we need to do, particularly in the area of health. The health people are all on ground, and they are trying to handle the situation as they come.
Mr. Johnson also proposed building a dam as a long-term solution to the flooding. He said a dam could control flood waters, generate electricity, and help agriculture.
There are options to it. One is that you either build dams that will be able to collect water. For us in the south, there's no single dam, not one dam. And we are in the deltaic region where you have water, coming in volumes. Yeah. So if we have a dam, we can generate power from it. We can also have agricultural plants that can also give us enough food. So I want to believe that by the time we finish and we take the recommendation to the governor, he is one man that is prepared to put a lasting solution to the challenges that we may have.
Earlier, the Chief Press Secretary, Esedi Joe, said the flood situation in the area should now be considered a national emergency. Mr. Esedi told correspondent Onyeka Chinwosu that the flood level has risen beyond expectations. He said the people of Ahoda urgently need food, health, and other relief materials.
Very, very high. Normal canoes can't even go through because they're using a speedboat to cross that area. The request from the state and the federal government comes to our aid in a haste. That's true. But to what we can do, we're ensuring that no life is lost. We're ensuring that, in fact, we had an incident in Ward 4 where a woman was to give birth and she was in the IDP camp, and so I had to send medical aid immediately to ensure she has a safe delivery and she has been evacuated to a very safe place, she and her baby. And so the situation is not coming down any soon as we see it. Water is still rising, and we're calling out for help, as much help as we can get, already becoming a national emergency.
Reacting to this, the South-South Zonal Coordinator, National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Adebiyi Tunde, says the first batch of relief materials will get to flood victims in Ahoda West local government area today.
Done a rapid on-the-spot assessment. I'm talking now. NEMA is bringing in items to this area. We are bringing in relief items. So by tomorrow in the morning, actions are ongoing. Right now, as I'm speaking with you, some of the things are ready, and the logistics to move them are what we are working on. And by the grace of God, I know by morning hours it will be ready to be set for us to move in, in collaboration with the State Emergency Management Agency and then the flood committee in the state.
Mr. Tunde also revealed plans to provide potable water for those in the IDP camps. Floods have displaced some residents in communities in Oba Ememandoni local government area of Rivers State. The flood also destroyed large farmlands and caused hardship to farmers and families. Some of the communities affected are Idu, Obidi, Ihuzi, and Omoko. And also in Bayelsa State, flooding has intensified, submerging more communities across the 3 senatorial districts, causing severe hardships for residents. Affected areas now include Adabapiri in Sabama, Kolotu in Obia, and Okodia in Yenegoa. The rising water levels, contrary to expectations that they would decrease, have taken many by surprise. Technical advisor to the Governor on Environment, Chief Alagoa Morris, noted that while this year's flood isn't catastrophic, it is still significant and impactful. In other news, the chairman of Iwere local government area of Rivers State, Israel Abosi, has urged the police not to be used as a tool to destabilize local government administration. Mr. Abosi was speaking on Nigeria 4FM's Morning Crossfire in reaction to the continuous police barricade of the Iwere Council Secretariat following the violence that trailed the October 5th local government elections in the area. He said there was no violence before the reported invasion of the council by the police on Monday. He wondered why the police are taking on the role of a political party. Away from that, the 10th Eche Legislative Assembly has elected its principal officers to pilot the affairs of the elected as government in chief.
This has been made good. And Chairman, on behalf of my colleagues and my humble self, we want to assure you that we will not betray this trust reposed on us. We will ensure we work together as the legislature. There will be synergistic relationship between the legislature and the executive to ensure that we move Eche to the apex heights. We work with you to make sure that your campaign promises to Eche people is actualized. Whenever you need our help, please call us. You are not just a chairman to us, you are a father. And as such, we owe you the duty of a son to a father.
Also, the chairman of Eche local government area, Uzodimma Nwafor, who, on invitation of the House, witnessed the plenary that was presided over by the clerk of the House, Ebele Laleoka. He commended the legislators for peaceful conduct of the exercise.
I have to give them my fatherly advice as the executive chairman of Eche local government for them to work in synergy and work with each one of them, mostly work in unity, for them to have a very peaceful legislative period all through their tenure. And as a chairman of the local government, I have assured them I will cooperate with them and be with them and know their problem and make sure that we'll have a smooth government in Eche local government.
Still to come, minors detained during NBAD governance protest recount ordeal. Stay with us.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
You're welcome back, and now the rest of the news. The Lagos State government has launched a manhunt for the driver who set a Lagos State Traffic Management Authority LASTMA officer on fire in the Mazi Adebayo Fik. The officer stopped the traffic violation, but the driver resisted arrest. In an attempt to flee, the driver poured petrol on his vehicle and some officers, setting the bus on fire before escaping. The officer suffered bodily injuries and was rushed to a hospital for treatment. And now the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Wetoku, has ordered officers and men of the Nigeria Police Force to wear black bands for a 7-day mourning period in honor of the late Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lawaja. The police IG gave the directive in a statement issued on Thursday by the Force Public Relations Officer, Muyiwa Adejobi. Adejobi said the directive is to honor Lawaja, who showed gallantry, dedication, and passion in the fight against insurgency in the country during his lifetime. Away from that, some minors detained during the End Bad Governance protest have shared their harrowing experiences after 2 months in custody in Abuja. Speaking to newsmen at the Muhammadu Buhari Specialist Hospital in Kano upon their return on Tuesday night, a 15-year-old detainee said sometimes they went up to 3 days without food, and when food was available, it was not enough to sustain them. He said he was arrested while on his way to the market for menial work, insisting he had no involvement in any protest. Another minor said they were served beans in the morning, rice for lunch, and gabza, a type of tuwo made from unwashed corn, for dinner. And now to business. Electricity distribution companies, DISCOs, have announced a rise in the price of various electricity meter models, making it the second price hike in 4 months. According to the DISCOs, the cost of a single-phase meter has risen from approximately 117,000 naira to as much as 149,000 naira. In entertainment, rapper Charlie Poppy has allegedly parted ways with his label Dapper Music. The rapper removed the label's name from his bio and unfollowed its founder on social media. And now to sports. Former Nigeria captain Nwankwo Kanu is backing Augustine Eguavoen to become the permanent coach of the Super Eagles and doesn't expect the Nigerian Football Federation to waste time on the decision.
And now we bring you news from around the world.
President Joe Biden has called Donald Trump to congratulate him on his victory Wednesday and invited his Republican successor to hold a meeting in the near future In a statement from the White House, President Biden expressed his dedication to ensuring a seamless transition and highlighted the importance of fostering unity across the nation. Earlier, Vice President Harris also called Trump to officially concede defeat and to discuss the process for a peaceful transfer of power. Harris also acknowledged Trump's victory and reinforced the importance of a smooth transition between administrations.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
That's a wrap on the news this afternoon. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. River State Commissioner for Information has said the State Flood Committee will incorporate NEPA aid to provide relief materials for victims in Ahoda West River State. Minors detained during End Bad Governance protest have recounted their ordeal. And on the foreign scene, President Biden, Kamala Harris have congratulated Donald Trump on his election victory. The news was edited by Onyekachi Musu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Moyele. Many thanks for listening.